stand on us, we'll see you right. You have our support.
Jesus.
Bit of left.
Little bit of left.
Bit of left.
You're very close to the... You're driving off a cliff.
I can't, but the good thing is, due to my Stratos spotlights, I can't see that.
What are you doing?
I've had an idea. It's raining, yeah? We need windscreen wipers. We don't have one on there. So I've thought of how to build one. Got all this rubber. Yep, sandwich that, 2 pieces of wood, big piece of wood over the back of it, bit of string round it. We can operate it as a windscreen wiper.
What's all that racket?
Well, somebody's kidnapped Richard Hammond and replaced him with this Richard Hammond lookalike, who got up early, had an idea by himself, and is executing it by himself, and it's a windscreen wiper.
It's all right, I'm used to this.
What are we going to do?
I know. Why don't you, with your vast bulk, just stand up on there? That could be enough to just tip it back again, jump off. We're back where we started.
What? You want me to get on it?
Well, just
Yes.
on there.
That's a
Not
brilliant
there.
Get
idea.
there.
That's why they call you Fatty Car Writer.
Right, I'm on. This was entirely predictable.
There you go.
It's working!
Oh, is it? That's the winch. The log in the middle turns and winds in the rope.
Actually, Hammond, you know what?
It's working.
It's working. I mean, I'm genuinely staggered. Because that is... Yeah, look at that. Right, we've got to get him off.
Can you put the log between there and the driver's seat? Then I can climb across the door to the nice bit, onto the land.
He is rescued.
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
Did the engine, as far as you know, go underwater?
I don't think it did.
So we've got to try and keep the engine above water.
Let's do it.
Let's
We
just
have
do it.
got to just get cracking, seriously.
We started winching, praying that whatever was holding the car up would keep the engine out of the water.
What's the braking strain of the rope?
Don't know. It's just rope.
Oh, shit, it's gone in. The car's gone in at the front. OK.
It's dropped off the edge.
Yeah. Right, we really have got a bit of a rush on now because the engine's in the water.
Okay. It's moving, look.
It is.
Once the back of the car was far enough out, it was time for the next part of my plan.
Like this, Hammond.
Yep, that's correct. Jeremy, are you ready?
2 secs. Car's moving.
It is under tension now.
Car's moving. Oh, brake lights. Why the brake lights just come on?
Electrics. Fusing.
Right, James,
Yeah.
your engine is out. Last night, while Hammond and May were around the campfire discussing Uganda, I made an interesting modification to my car. Yesterday I discovered hill starts were very difficult. I can't ride the clutch because of the throttle problem, and I can't use the handbrake because it's broken. So what I've done is fitted this log at the back. You tow it along normally, but then when you want to start on a hill, you let the car roll back onto it, use it as a wedge, and set off easily. It's simple, it's elegant, it's brilliant. Roll back. The wooden handbrake is holding me. I simply set off. Here we go. Oh, yes. So there we are. Hill starting solved. Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening. So, you step into your car, and here, if you look, is a shower.
In your car.
Yep.
Well, where do you get the water from, then?
That comes from the cool box in the back, this tube. And then you just plug this into the cigarette lighter, hit that button, refreshing shower. I bet you're jealous.
In the Second World War, when a submarine was grounded, when it had hit the bottom, they used to get the crew to run backwards and forwards, and it would sort of shuffle it along until it...
So what, you're suggesting we run backwards and forwards on the boat? And
No. Use the cars. If we go right to the back of the boat, that weighs the back down and lift the front up, we then charge forward. The act of doing that will shuffle the boat nearer to that bank.
That's a good idea.
Soon the engine became so hot, I had to get radical. The scope of my engineering genius literally knows no bounds. Because, as you can see, the vents I cut in the bonnet are now windows. So I can see where I'm going, the engine is cool, all is well. Yes! Accelerate. Decelerate. Sometimes if you listen very carefully, you can hear my genius.
Not just for the elderly, which is why you may have noticed on top of our car was a box. In that box is a special feature that I can activate if I press this button on the key fob.
There it is. You see, this activates a flare, and we now know to head in that direction.
Very quickly, we found the correct car park, but we still couldn't find the car.
You're the height of most elderly people. Can you see our car in this car park?
No, I can't. And that's why, if I press this button, you see?
So it's brilliant. The flare guides us to the rough position, and the balloon takes us to the precise location of the car. How brilliant is this? It's still a three-wheeler. You still only pay motorcycle tax, but now, thanks to these stabilizers, it can't roll over anymore. What is the boiler in the back?
Are you brewing beer?
Like, no, sadly, it's the water tank for the brake cooling system.
What, like racing lorries have?
Exactly like that. It sprays, I've got a little switch in the cab, it sprays water on the drums, makes them more efficient downhill.
I didn't think of that.
After James had calmed down a bit, we decided to solve the problem by using the combined power of Richard's digger and the AMA van.
And 3, 2, 1, lift away!
I've got my gravel system to deploy. Watch this. Pulling the string dispenses gravel from the hopper in front of the wheels, improving traction. Deploy.
Why don't we build a car ferry?
What? With like a bar and everything?
No, like that thing we saw in Albania.
Like a raft.
Why don't we build one?
Yeah, I used to build them when I was a kid. Well, I mean, I fell in a lot, but it would. What else do you need?
Oil drums.
You need to lash the rope together, maybe some nails and a hammer.
Probably a hammer, yeah. Oil drums underneath.
This sounds like the worst business management course ever. You know those outward bound courses where you've got a chicken and some rice? Well,
OK,
neither
then,
are.
thanks to Hammond, it's back to the studio.
All we need is a platform big enough to take the car and that will take its weight and that floats. And then we pull it across on ropes like the Albanian one.
So we decided to engage Hammond's winch.
You're all right.
To prevent the little Mini being winched into the rolls, we anchored it to my Jag.
I don't know what this weighs, I guess 1.8 tons. Hammond's Mini takes it up to 2.4 tons. Why do I always have to do manual labour at high altitude?
And we really should chock it.
Stop. Stop. Right, now just leave it a minute. Now.
What else is electrical in here?
Not the exhaust manifold.
Listen, I've done the fuse box, if that's what that is.
I think that's an air filter.
Filter.
Right.
It's all mechanical. You can mend it with a hammer.
If this works,
Yes.
So let's work this out. Mini does 0 to 60 in what?
About 14 seconds.
No, hang on, that's not going to be very relevant though, is it? Because you're not going to get any grip off the tyres. All you've got up there is gravity.
Oh, I know, gravity's a cruel and unpredictable mistress, so...
Well, no, it isn't. It's a constant all over the world. But this is quite simple arithmetically. We've got, it's v equals u plus at. We know what acceleration due to gravity is, 9.8 metres per second squared. But that's weight component down a plane, because it's on a slope. So we need to get the mass of the car, we need to know the angle of the slope, and then we need to work out also the angle when it gets to the lip where it jumps off, and that will give us v, and it will follow a sort of parabolic trajectory. We should be able to then calculate the exact point when the car comes and meets the snow. That's quite easy.
I think we should go and get a cup of tea and work that out. So come on, James.
Hang on.
Is gravity going to be enough to get the car down the ramp and beat the skier?
No.
Right. Then we have a huge problem.
We need some more propulsion because we can't use the engine.
Look at it.
What are they?
These are the doors.
Yeah, it's undercarriage doors.
What doors?
Well, so you retract the undercarriage, the front wheel goes up, and then these doors shut. You've got a smooth hull.
So those, what do the back wheels do?
But for the first time in his life, he decided to try and fix something.
If I mend this, you lot are going to have to stand back in amazement.
The thing is, he's actually genuinely, he's changed the bulb.
I mended something! I mended it!
He changed the bulb.
Well, it's never happened before.
This opened the floodgates.
It's like losing your virginity. There's a sense that I've unlocked a treasure chest of possibilities. I'm going to mend lots of things now.
That night at the hotel, Jezel Fix-It went berserk.
Here we go. Look at that. My boot release switch is now back in. I would never have attempted this before, but